Have you ever felt that heavy feeling in your chest, knowing you've got big dreams, but for some reason you never actually start chasing them? Maybe you want to start a business, learn a new skill, or just get your life in order. But by the end of the day, you're stuck on the couch, scrolling through your phone, or watching another episode of a show you're not even that into. Tomorrow always feels like the perfect day to start. But when it comes, nothing really changes. Why is that? It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you lack talent or ability. Deep down, something's holding you back. Today, we're going to talk about that invisible wall that turns ambition into procrastination. This isn't just about doing more or being more disciplined. It's about understanding why you freeze and how to finally break free. I'll walk you through 4 practical steps based on how the mind actually works to help you turn your dreams into real actions. I'm not promising magic, but I am promising clarity. And if you stick with me to the end, you'll leave with a simple plan to get started today. Picture a bowling ball sitting still on the floor. To get it moving, you need a strong push, right? Now think of your goals like that ball. When you look at something big, like switching careers or learning a new skill, it feels heavy, almost impossible to move. That heaviness, it's not laziness, it's inertia. In physics, inertia is the tendency of an object to stay still unless something moves it. Life's the same. Starting is always the hardest part. Psychologist Edwin Locke, who studied goals and motivation, found that when goals feel too big, they actually shut down your motivation. Your brain thinks, why even try if it feels impossible? That's why you might want to run a marathon, but never even put your shoes on. It's not about lacking drive. It's the size of the goal that's scaring you. So how do you beat inertia? Start small, ridiculously small. Want to get healthier? Don't try to change your whole diet overnight. Just add one healthy food to your routine, like fruit at breakfast. Want to get organized? Don't try to clean the whole house. Just organize one drawer. It might feel silly, but every small action gets you closer to your goal. Think about Thomas Edison. He tested thousands of materials before inventing the light bulb. He didn't start out trying to change the world. He just focused on testing one thing at a time. Try this. Pick a goal that's been haunting you. Now break it down into the tiniest step possible. Want to learn something new? Watch one video or do a quick search about it. These tiny steps build what we call momentum, and once you start, it's easier to keep going. Why? Because like Martin Luther King said, you don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. What's your first step today? Now that you know how to start, let's talk about why sometimes, even after starting, you give up. Have you noticed how some goals seem important, but deep down, you're not excited about them? Maybe you want a better job because everyone says you should, or maybe you're trying to get in shape just to impress someone. But once that first wave of motivation fades, you're back to scrolling, back to the couch. That happens when your goals and your real desires aren't aligned. Procrastination is often just a signal that you're chasing something that doesn't truly matter to you. It's like signing up for yoga because people say it's relaxing, but you actually feel more alive playing basketball. Or going to law school because your parents think it's prestigious, when you'd rather be designing websites. Spending hours grinding on something that doesn't excite you feels like swimming against the current. It's exhausting and pointless. So ask yourself, why do I really want this? Be honest. If the answer is to impress others or meet someone else's expectations, maybe it's time to rethink it. A helpful idea here comes from philosopher René Girard, who talked about mimetic desire. He said we often want things just because we see others wanting them. Think about influencers online. They buy fancy cars and suddenly you feel like you need one too. But is that really what would make you happy? Here's a quick exercise. Write down 3 things you feel like you should do, like I should go to the gym more, or I should save more money. Then, next to that, write down what you actually enjoy, like I love listening to podcasts, or I like working with tech. Now look for overlaps. If the gym feels boring but you love podcasts, why not listen to one while you walk or work out? When your goals line up with what gives you energy, everything flows more naturally, like sailing with the wind at your back. So you've started small and aligned your goals, but how do you stay on track? The answer isn't willpower, it fades fast like an old phone battery. The key is building automatic habits, like setting down tracks for a train. Once you're on them, it's hard to fall off. Think of it as setting your life up for success. Want to run in the morning? Put your shoes right next to your bed. Small tweaks like this make a huge difference. They lower the effort it takes to begin. And remember, inertia is the real enemy. A study from University College London found it takes about 66 days for a habit to feel automatic. So if you stick to something small for 2 months, it can become part of who you are. Here's a powerful technique: the 2-minute rule. Whatever the habit is, start by doing it for just 2 minutes. Most of the time, you'll end up doing more. Another trick: use rewards. Your brain loves pleasure, so link your habits to something enjoyable. For example, after studying for a while, treat yourself to a song you love or a great cup of coffee. What's one small habit you can start today? And how can you make it so easy you don't even have to think? Now that you've got solid habits, it's time to level up. Because even with good routines, we sometimes fall into a comfort zone. You do the bare minimum, but you're not really growing. To actually change your life, you need to raise the stakes and build a real sense of urgency. Think of it like a game. If there's nothing to lose, you won't try as hard. One way to raise the stakes is by creating real consequences. For example, if you want to finish a project, promise a friend you'll donate $50 to a cause you don't support if you miss the deadline. It sounds extreme, but it works. Our brains hate losing more than they love winning, so you can use that to your advantage. Another strategy is to go public with your goals. Tell your friends you're running 10K next week or that you're picking up a new skill. Social pressure gives you that extra push. Knowing people are watching helps you stay committed, even on the hard days. But most importantly, build momentum through easy wins. Each small victory, like finishing a task or sticking to a habit for a week, is like throwing fuel on a fire. The more wins you rack up, the stronger your drive becomes. Imagine someone saving money by putting aside just $10 a week. It doesn't seem like much, but after a month, that's $40. That little progress builds confidence, and confidence builds momentum. Celebrate every win, no matter how small. Here's what I want you to take with you. You're not lazy, you're just stuck in a cycle of inertia, maybe chasing dreams that aren't really yours, maybe afraid to take that first step. But that can change. Today you learned 4 steps. Recognize inertia and start small. Align your dreams with what really motivates you. Build habits that run on autopilot. Raise the stakes and keep your momentum going. These steps aren't magic, but they're real, and they work because they're built around how your mind actually works. Now, it's your turn. Think of something you want to achieve. It can be big or small. Then ask yourself, what's the tiniest action I can take today to move closer to it? It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be a start. Remember, every step, no matter how small, is a win, and wins add up. So, here's my challenge to you. Do it today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today. Because your dreams won't wait forever, and every day you put them off is one less day to live the life you imagine. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Like Thomas Edison said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. So every try brings you closer to what does. If this video helped you see things in a new way, give it a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. There's more content on the channel that can help you see things differently. So take your time and check it out. The life you've been dreaming of is waiting for you. So, what's the first step you're going to take today? See you soon.